As in this alternate timeline, when Charlie was born, heaven cast a curse on her. You see, when Lucifer made Eve eat the apple, it made a curse that was casted on Charlie. Her skin would start to rot away as she became more deformed, as eventually she was going to perish. Lucifer and Lilith began to panic as they worked with Satan to make a program to save her, as they gave her special medical treatment to try to make it so she can always heal herself. Lucifer could just use magic to heal her, but he couldn't get rid of the curse, so she would be in constant pain her entire life, and Lucifer didn't want her to suffer through that. So Satan did medicine, but the medicine didn't work, and them not letting want their daughter to live a life of pain forever, Lucifer decided to let her pass away, as Satan would see to it that they tried their best, but they couldn't do it. But at least that's what Satan told them. As in actuality, Satan managed to fake Charlie's demise and keep her for himself. As then, he continued the medicine, giving her a permanent healing factor, making her deal with constant pain her entire life. As this pain made Charlie start to go insane, as she developed DID and schizophrenia. And she also had the ability to break the fourth wall, as Charlie eventually became Deadpool, a soldier that Satan would use, all in secret. As one day Charlie would get a task. Charlie was only 13 at the moment, and needed a task to fight, a task to prove herself to Satan. Since Charlie could break the fourth wall, Charlie would know the truth of what Satan has done, and she would want revenge for making him live forever in eternal pain. But that will come later. For now, she'll play the part of a good soldier until she can get the upper hand on him. As Satan would say, some of the Sloth ring has been peddling stuff on my territory. Now, this is unofficial business, so it's not going to start a war, and I can't send any official agents. But since you're off the book, I want you to take care of them. Charlie would nod as she would get her weapons and leave, and prepare to take care of the Sloth. Would then leave, as she would deal with a small-time overlord, someone peddling business into the Wrath Ring. As Charlie would go towards the Sloth was obviously lazy, but it was still powerful. It had the ability to shoot lasers from its fingers, and use its long reach to grab and throw. As the giant Sloth would stand there, its minions would be around it, as Charlie would grab them and take them out one by one. She didn't really like this stealthy approach, but she can get around this. As eventually, she would run and kick the Sloth. The Sloth would say, "What's that for?" Charlie would say, "Well, you see," as then the Sloth would try to punch her, but she would dodge. "Wow, for a Sloth, you're pretty fast." Huh, not really making much sense. Then again, I do think the Sloth would say, "Shut up," as Charlie would then start to laugh, as Charlie would dodge the Sloth and say, "Hey, can I ask you a question?" The reason all Sloths perish is because they go down to use the bathroom, so just doing it on a branch. No one knows why. Do you know why? As she would simply say, "Shut up," as then Charlie would look at us and say, "That's actually a real fact, look it up." As then Charlie would do a backflip and slaughter the Sloth. As then Charlie would leave, as Charlie would get job after job, just a bunch of small jobs until they become major, until at this point she was 20. Since she was 14, she's been doing odd jobs and been in combat non-stop. Her experience was amazing, and this is before Vaggie was really influencer. A lot of characters were here. But there was one character who was here, who's been here for a long time, Alistair, and Charlie heard about him, and Charlie wanted to assemble her own crew to take over the Pride Ring and lots of hell. She could just go. As Charlie got prepared, as Charlie would go and meet Alistair didn't know who Charlie was, as she was wearing her Deadpool outfit. There was rumors of this strange woman in this strange outfit who would fight people from other rings and overlords, bosses. Sometimes Charlie would just do games just for fun, and Satan encouraged this as long as it didn't affect her work, because it made him seem more unpredictable and made it harder to track why she's doing this. As she would walk up to Alistair, she would say, "Hello," as Alistair turned around and say, "Ah, Deadpool, what are you doing here?" As she pulled out her weapons and say, "I want your soul. If you beat me, you can have mine. If I win, I get yours." Alistair would say, "Ha, "Ha, ha, you really want to make that trade, dearie?" Because Charlie would then start to People under me don't always last very long. As Alistair would start to laugh, he would turn into a giant as tentacles would come out of him as he would try to harass Charlie. But Charlie would dodge them, one by one, easily, dodging all of them as she began to run up his tentacles and jump at him and say, the bigger you are, the bigger target you are. Dumb F, why do you think Lucifer doesn't turn himself big all the time? It's just a show move, just for intimidation. Becoming big doesn't actually help you. As Charlie would then punch him. As Alistair would say, shut up. The bigger I am, the more effective my tentacles are. As he would start to shoot acid at Charlie. But Charlie would simply evade all of it and continue to talk and say puns while she ripped him to shreds, ripping off his tentacles, eventually jumping on him over and over again, punch after punch, blast after blast, until Alistair fell down and saying, no more, especially with those puns. They're puntastic, Deadpool would say, as Charlie would laugh. As then, Charlie would then walk off. As Alistair would say, what do you want me to do now? As then, she would smirk and say, assemble some forces. Angels can perish from angelic weapons. I need you to collect them and get a small army. I want to be able to fight back. This will take some time, but I'm pretty sure this battle will be entertaining, as you say, and it will distract everyone so I can do what I need to. As then Charlie would jump down, as she would wait for 100 more years. As Alistair would start to assemble a pretty strong army, waiting to fight back against the Exorcist, waiting to easily pounce on them and get everyone to get their attention there, while Charlie does her thing. However, one day, as the Exorcists were flying, Charlie would be hiding away, as she would see one who looked really cute, Vaggie, as she smirked and would say, come on, ladies and gentlemen, you know where this is going. As Vaggie would eventually fall, just like in canon. As Charlie would find her, she would say, you want to go on a mission? As Vaggie would say, what are you talking about? As she would help patch her up and make her better, Charlie would say, I saved you for 2 reasons. 1, you're cute and I like you, and 2, I need your help. And since you're an exorcist, you have some combat experience. Vaggie would say, what do you need help with? As Charlie would then smirk and say, revenge. As she would tell her about her story, about how Satan used her and how she figured it out recently. She always knew, but didn't want to tell Vaggie that. As then Vaggie would say, wow, that's insane. I want to take it out myself. I understand. Good. So you'll help Alistair fight with the rest. Vaggie would then nod. As years would pass, she would begin to get more and more prepared. One day, before Charlie enacted her revenge, she would walk up to Vaggie and say, if I don't make it, I want to do something. Vaggie would look at her confused as she would say, what is that? Suddenly, Charlie would kiss Vaggie, and Vaggie would kiss her back. As then, she would take her to the bedroom, as they would have a magical night. As they woke up, though, Vaggie would see that Charlie was gone. As the battle was going on with Alistair and the Exorcist, Charlie needed a distraction. Usually, Satan had a bunch of guests over, but everyone would be too focused on this fight to do business, even Satan. As he would say, seems like the sinners are doing better now. Some of them are wrath. Maybe I'll recruit some of them here. I'm sure I'll be able to convince Lucifer to get rid of his dumb band. As Charlie would walk in after a mission and say, my mission's been complete. Haven't you heard? The battle's going on. Go, take some time off. Charlie would say, you too. As Satan would say, what do you mean? Time off from your body. As she would jump up and try to slice off his head. But Satan would move out of the way at the last second and yell, breathing fire at her, as she would dodge it and begin to blast him, as he would say, what is the meaning of this? As they continued to fight each other, Satan relied on his raw strength, his raw power, as he used it to get his advantage. However, as he breathed fire, as he punched, as he made the building start to crackle and fall, making it so Charlie couldn't move as fast or as agile, Satan was still a big target, as Charlie would then jump inside of his mouth. As Satan would say, what's going on? As she would use magic not to be destroyed by his powerful stomach and fire acid. True, Charlie did have a healing factor, but Satan's pure magic could get rid of that. As suddenly, Charlie would burst through his stomach, causing Satan to fall down defeated, as Charlie got revenge. As then she would say, hope you enjoyed this story. I honestly thought it kind of sucked. And that's going to leave things off. Don't listen to Charlie, guys. This story was awesome. It had everything people want. Deadpool. And Yeah, but for real though, I did really enjoy making it. I feel like it had a lot of essence to it. People really like the crossover ones, but I also like the Charlie ones and the character ones, so I kind of wanted to mix them together. I've done this a few times with the Venom and Carnage, so I thought maybe if I mixed it right now, it would do well. I don't know. Yeah, but like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to tell me how your day is going on below. Don't forget to tell a friend. And if you want to hit that thanks button, go ahead, but you don't have to. I'm not your dad. I can't tell you what to do. And I really have been enjoying making videos for you guys. It really makes me happy. Making these videos really, just, I don't know. It's just, to be honest, I'm kind of in a state right now where I got to figure out what to do. And I feel like YouTube's my dream, but I might never reach it. But, that's fine because I have you guys and you support me and you're there for me. And, this channel is doing pretty well. And, yeah. What kind of content do you think you guys want to see more of? Like, just has been, or maybe other what ifs, or maybe stuff that's not what ifs. What do you want the future of this channel to be? Let me know, because I'm open to suggestions. I've thought about many different things. I've thought about tech stories, but like, they were everywhere. I don't know if people remember them. Well, for me, because I was bored and in class, and I forgot my headphones, so I started watching tech stories, and that blew up. And for like 2 years straight, I was addicted to these tech stories. But now, no one watches them. At least I don't watch them. Anyway, sorry if I took up your time. Really enjoy you. Really enjoy my audience. Sorry, I'm half asleep. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just going to end it here. Love you all. Peace out.